10 terrifying truths about men that women often learn too late. This knowledge could save you 10 years of heartbreak and frustration. Have you ever looked back on a relationship and thought, if only I knew then what I know now? Today, we're uncovering 10 hard truths about how men think. Truths that can protect your heart and help you navigate relationships with clarity and confidence. This isn't about blaming men or putting women down. It's about understanding how men think, what drives their behavior, and how to approach love in a way that works for both partners. Stay with me until the end because we'll also talk about how to use these truths to build stronger, healthier connections and avoid unnecessary pain. Let's get started. Truth 1. Men treat you based on how they perceive your value. Here's the reality. Men often treat you based on how they see you, not necessarily who you are. Think about it this way. A diamond and a rock might look similar at first glance, but a jeweler knows the value of a diamond and will protect it, showcase it, and treasure it. But here's the catch. You have to treat yourself like a diamond first. Example is Sarah was always accommodating in her relationship. She rearranged her plans for him, canceled girls' nights, and never said no. At first, her boyfriend appreciated her effort, but over time, he started taking her for granted. Why? Because Sarah treated herself like a backup plan, and he followed her lead. Lesson: value yourself, set boundaries, and make it clear that you deserve respect. The right man will rise to meet your standards. What you can do: set boundaries. Make it clear what's acceptable and what's not. Prioritize yourself. Focus on your goals and passions outside the relationship. Respect yourself. First, show him how you expect to be treated by treating yourself with care and confidence. Truth 2. Men don't love unconditionally. Here's one that might sting. Romantic love is not unconditional. Unconditional love is something we associate with parents or children. Relationships where love doesn't depend on effort or behavior. But in romantic relationships, love needs maintenance. It's like a garden. If you stop watering it, it withers. Example: Emma believed her boyfriend would always love her, no matter what. Over time, she stopped putting effort into the relationship. No more fun dates, no deep conversations, no appreciation for what he did. He started drifting away. She thought it was his problem, but the truth was, he needed connection, not just comfort. Lesson: love in relationships isn't automatic. It requires effort, appreciation, and intention from both sides. What you can do: keep the spark alive. Make effort, even after the honeymoon phase ends. Show appreciation. Compliment his efforts and remind him why you fell in love. Be intentional. Plan time together and prioritize emotional connection. Truth 3. Insecure men can be controlling. Confidence is attractive, but insecurity, it often turns into control. When a man feels insecure, he may try to limit your independence, control your time, or isolate you from friends and family. Example: Mia's boyfriend always wanted to know where she was. At first, it felt like caring, but soon, it turned into constant checking and jealousy. She gave up hobbies, avoided outings, and stopped seeing friends just to keep the peace. But the more she gave up, the less respect he had for her. Lesson: healthy relationships celebrate independence. Never sacrifice your identity for someone else's insecurity. What you can do: maintain your independence. Don't give up your passions and friendships. Address insecurities early. Have open conversations about trust and boundaries. Recognize red flags. If he's controlling, it's not love, it's insecurity. Truth 4. Financial success can change a man. Money doesn't just change lifestyles, it can change relationships too. When a man achieves financial success, it can boost his confidence, but sometimes it also shifts his priorities. Example: that Julia and her husband had a great marriage until he got a big promotion. Suddenly, work dinners and networking events became more important than family time. She felt invisible, like she wasn't part of his new world. Lesson: money doesn't have to break a relationship, but it's important to grow together, not apart, when life changes. What you can do: keep growing together. Support his ambitions, but focus on building shared goals and experiences. Communicate needs. Clearly, don't let resentment build. Discuss how you feel early. Stay connected. Make time for intimacy and shared moments, even during busy times. Truth 5. Men struggle with emotional honesty. One of the biggest misconceptions women often have about men is that they don't feel emotions as deeply. But the truth is, they do. The difference? Most men have been taught to hide it. From a young age, boys are told, "Don't cry. Be strong. Man up." Over time, this conditioning creates emotional walls. Instead of expressing vulnerability, men often mask their feelings with anger, silence, or distraction, like work, hobbies, or even alcohol. Example: Emma's boyfriend, Jake, lost his father unexpectedly. Instead of opening up to Emma about his grief, Jake became distant and irritable. He avoided conversations, brushed off questions, and buried himself in work. Emma felt hurt. She thought Jake was pushing her away. But the truth? Jake didn't know how to process his pain or ask for support without feeling weak. Emma gave Jake space, but also let him know she was there when he was ready. Weeks later, he finally opened up. That moment transformed their relationship, proving that patience and understanding can break down emotional barriers. Lesson: men often need time to process emotions before they can talk about them. Don't mistake silence for a lack of care. It's often a sign they're struggling to make sense of their feelings. What you can do: give him space without making him feel abandoned. Let him know you're ready to listen without judgment. Avoid pushing him. Sometimes it takes time to find the right words. Truth 6. Men lie about cheating. Cheating is one of the biggest betrayals in a relationship, and many men will do anything to cover it up. Why? Because admitting the truth often means facing shame, guilt, and the risk of losing you. Instead of taking responsibility, men often deny everything. You're imagining things. Shift the blame. You've been distant lately. Minimize the act. It didn't mean anything. Example 1. Rachel had been dating Matt for 2 years when she noticed him acting differently. He became secretive about his phone, started working late, and seemed emotionally detached. When Rachel confronted him about a suspicious message, Matt dismissed it as a joke from a coworker. But Rachel's gut told her otherwise. She followed her instincts, gathered evidence, and discovered he'd been having an emotional affair for months. Rachel didn't let Matt's excuses cloud her judgment. Instead, she focused on facts, not feelings, and made the tough decision to walk away. Example 2. Not all cheating stories end in heartbreak. Emily's husband confessed to a one-time mistake after a night out. Instead of blaming Emily, he took accountability, sought therapy, and rebuilt her trust through consistent actions. Lesson: cheating doesn't always mean the end, but it does require honesty, accountability, and a willingness to heal together, if both partners are committed. What you can do: don't let excuses blind you. Trust actions, not just words. Decide if forgiveness is possible, and make sure it's on your terms. Truth 7. Being nice doesn't make you irreplaceable. We're often told, just be nice, and he'll love you forever. But the truth? Being nice is not enough to make a man stay. Men want kindness, but they're also drawn to depth, mystery, and a woman who challenges them. Example 1. Lily was the perfect girlfriend, always supportive, always available, and never demanding. But over time, her boyfriend, Alex, grew distant. Lily couldn't understand why. She had done everything right. The problem? Lily was too accommodating. Alex never had to work for her attention, and the relationship lost its spark. Example 2. Maya was kind, but she also had boundaries. She pursued her passions, maintained her independence, and wasn't afraid to speak her mind. Her boyfriend admired her confidence and depth, seeing her as someone he needed to keep impressing. Lesson: men value kindness, but they also crave excitement and challenge. What you can do: don't be afraid to challenge him. Focus on being interesting, not just available. Pursue your own passions. It makes you more attractive and magnetic. Truth 8. Great guys aren't always great husbands. We've all heard it. He's such a great guy. He'll make an amazing husband. But here's the hard truth. Not all great guys make great life partners. Being charming, fun, and attentive in the short term doesn't always translate into long-term reliability, emotional support, and commitment. Relationships built on excitement alone can quickly fall apart when real-life challenges arise. Example 1. Jessica had been dating Ryan for 3 years. He was funny, adventurous, and always the center of attention at parties. But when Jessica faced a health scare, Ryan became distant. He didn't know how to handle emotional vulnerability, and instead of supporting her, he withdrew. Jessica realized Ryan was great for weekend getaways and laughs, but when life got tough, he couldn't be the rock she needed. Example 2. Sophia's partner, Ben, wasn't flashy or overly romantic, but he was consistent. He showed up every day, supported her dreams, and tackled problems as a team. When Ben proposed, Sophia knew she wasn't just marrying a good guy. She was marrying a partner for life. Lesson: good guys are easy to like, but great husbands are steady, dependable, and emotionally present. What you can do: don't be blinded by charm. Look for consistency and reliability. Ask yourself, is he someone I can rely on during hard times? Focus on shared values and emotional maturity, not just chemistry. Truth 9. Men need purpose to thrive. For many men, purpose isn't just a career goal, it's their identity. And when that purpose is missing, it can create tension, insecurity, and even emotional distance in relationships. A man without purpose may feel lost or inadequate. And instead of confronting those feelings, he may withdraw or lash out. Example 1. After losing his job, Daniel spiraled into depression. His wife, Sarah, tried to cheer him up, but nothing worked. She felt like she was losing him. Instead of pushing, Sarah encouraged Daniel to focus on small wins, learning a new skill, volunteering, and setting goals. Slowly, Daniel regained his confidence, and their relationship thrived again. Example 2. Katie's boyfriend, Chris, never had clear goals. He drifted from job to job and relied on Katie for emotional and financial support. Over time, Katie felt like she was carrying the relationship, and Chris resented her success. Without a sense of purpose, Chris couldn't show up as an equal partner, and the relationship fell apart. Lesson: men need to feel like they're building something meaningful, whether it's a career, a passion project, or a shared future. What you can do: support his dreams, but don't carry him if he refuses to grow. Encourage him to set goals and take action. Focus on shared ambitions. Build a vision together. Truth 10. Some men only enjoy the chase. Ever dated a guy who was all in at the beginning, texting, calling, planning dates, but then pulled away as soon as you got closer? That's because some men are addicted to the thrill of the chase. They crave the excitement of winning someone over, but once they have you, they lose interest. For these men, it's not about building a relationship. It's about winning a game. Example 1. Amy met Greg at a party. He was charming, funny, and persistent. Within weeks, he was calling her his soulmate and planning romantic getaways. But as soon as Amy opened up and started envisioning a future together, Greg pulled away and became distant. Amy later learned that Greg had a pattern. He loved the chase, but not the commitment. Example 2. Rachel's boyfriend, David, was also addicted to the chase, but Rachel knew how to keep things exciting. She didn't give up her independence or make him the center of her world. Instead, she kept living her life, pursuing her passions, and setting boundaries. David never lost interest because Rachel continued to challenge and inspire him, turning their relationship into an exciting partnership instead of a game. Lesson: some men thrive on winning, not keeping, and that's okay. The key is to recognize it early and decide what kind of relationship you want. What you can do: don't chase him. Make him earn your time and attention. Keep your mystery alive by maintaining your independence. Focus on men who build, not just pursue. Final thoughts. Relationships can be complex, but understanding these truths about men can save you from heartache and help you build deeper, stronger connections. Whether you're navigating the dating scene, strengthening a long-term relationship, or questioning whether to stay or go, remember, you deserve someone who values you, respects you, and supports your growth. You don't have to settle for breadcrumbs or chase someone who isn't ready. Healthy relationships are built on mutual effort, honesty, and emotional depth. So, what's your experience? Which truth resonated with you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear your stories. And don't forget, check out this video right here to dive deeper into how to create stronger, healthier connections that last. Don't miss out on the key strategies that could transform your relationship today.